Morning and welcome to StudyIQ. I am Prashant Bhavani. I hope you all are doing good this morning. Today is 16th July and a special topic that I have got for you guys is pertaining to urban area. There is a particular political change that is required in our urban area or city area, and if we implement this political change, then I believe that we can change the face of our metro cities. But before that, I would like to inform all of you that up to 50% discount is available on our pen drive and tablet courses. This is going to last till 23rd of July. To find out more about it, check out StudyIQ.com. I'll share the PDF of today's lecture on my Facebook page and Twitter handle. Please make sure that you just don't download it, but you also share it with other people. This is very important. And make sure you hit the like button as well. Now, let us start our discussion with these two examples. One is New Delhi. Of course, we all are aware about this thing that New Delhi is political capital of our country. And when we talk about Mumbai, Mumbai is financial or you can say commercial capital of our nation. Both these cities or both these engines of growth were in shambles last week because of a little bit of extra rain, and this is something that has been going on for a very long period of time. The only thing is it is getting more and more severe every year, right? May it be monsoon, little bit of extra rain, may it be heat waves during summertime or cold during winter time, because many people in our urban area, they don't have proper shelter. So because of cold as well, they face so many different health issues, and many people die as well every year. On top, you can add other items, climate change issues. You can also add this growing pollution, traffic issues, and other things associated with our urban life. So, of course, we need to change this thing, isn't it? This is something that is not acceptable at all, because what we find, like, let's take example of Delhi again. So many people died just because of electric shocks. In Mumbai, potholes killed many people this monsoon, and the monsoon is not over yet. It is still going on with potholes. We have talked about this particular issue in detail, so I'm sure you have all these figures and how bad it is, how many people are dying because of potholes, and we don't have any figures on this item, people getting electric shock during this monsoon time. So this is again a gray area. If someone does a research on this thing, then I'm sure horrific figures are going to turn out. Now, why city areas are, or this metro areas or these big cities are important for our country? It accounts for 31%, not just these two cities, we are talking about urban area in our country, accounts for 31% of total population. 31% of Indian population is, of course, you are aware about this thing that it will be more than total population of many different countries and many different region. In our cities or our Indian cities are so big, some of them are so big that it is more than twice or thrice the population of many small countries. So we are not talking about a small number here. Total population of our country, as far as world is concerned, we contribute 17%, right? Our population is 17% of world's population, and 31% of this 17% population of world is not a small amount. The other thing is they are engine of our growth, as I have told you. The reason is that service sector, have economy has developed over time. Earlier on, we used to have just this primary sector that is associated with agriculture, or you can say mining, and all those things that we get from nature. This is primary sector. Later on, manufacturing got developed. We started producing ports and other, when I say we, I am talking about human beings. We started making ports and other vessels and other items, utensils and other things. And then later on, tertiary sector was developed. Manufacturing or industrial revolution took place in European countries, and even today, that we are lagging behind in manufacturing. The unique thing about our progress is that our primary sector was well developed. When I say well developed, I don't mean to say that it was affluent or it was producing enough wealth for everyone, but it is something that is even today, right? As far as population is concerned, 50% population, but if you see the contribution of this 50% population in GDP is somewhere around 15%. So the state of this primary sector is bad even today. But a unique thing about India's growth has been that from primary sector we have jumped directly to tertiary sector. Service sector has developed in our country, and one of the reasons why it is developed is because of a huge amount of people that we have, right? Of course, you can understand that when a country is having good amount of population, so you will require transportation, mobile connectivity, education, health services. All this are part of tertiary sector, and this is the reason why service sector has been developed in our country. We are trying to develop manufacturing sector as well. So I hope you have got a brief idea about where we stand at present. So this is the reason why urban areas are very important, because service sector, which is of course providing jobs to very few people if you compare with agriculture and manufacturing, but its contribution in GDP is the highest, and service sector, as we all know, is available, or is basically the hub of service sector is in urban areas. Now, one of the biggest problem that we are facing is this distribution of power. This is the main issue. What is happening in our country is that we find chief ministers, right? In any given state, you will find the chief minister is the most powerful person. Under chief minister, you know that you have different hierarchies, right? You have different this chain of command, and the city or urban area falls somewhere here in this chain of command. So they are not directly under chief minister's eye, but when it comes to implementing, when it comes to declaring something or adding something or making necessary changes, it is the chief minister who will take all important decisions, and this is a big problem. State governments have been very stubborn as far as this devolution of power is concerned, and this is, as I told you, a big problem, because if you compare our cities with cities like London or other cities like New York or Singapore, then we find that it is the mayors, right, who are having this, who are basically accountable, as well as they have all these authorities and powers if they want to make any necessary changes in the city area. The other thing is, it is not that we are not having any particular law about it. We have this 74th Amendment of Constitution, which recognized urban local bodies as the third tier of the government. That means, this third tier, three chains. We have central government, then state government, and then we have this local bodies, or you can say panchayats. So when it comes to this local bodies, even today we find that chief ministers are looking after all these things rather than, or they are having actual power rather than this local bodies, urban local bodies to be more specific. So if we give financial autonomy as well as allow our mayors to do necessary changes, if they want to start any special service or something for that city area, they should be allowed to do that. And if everyone, police, local administration, everyone is accountable to a mayor who is directly accountable to voters, then we can change the scenario of our city area. Something that is observed in cities like London and other big cities. So this is a formula that we need to implement. We have 74th Amendment of Constitution to provide necessary constitutional as well as legal backup. And this is something that we should not wait for. We should do it as soon as possible, because it is a thing that is going on every season, and particularly in monsoon it becomes very bad. With this, dear friends, our UPSC course is just 22,500 rupees only, and you see, if you compare it with traditional classes, you find that they charge you 2 lakh rupees or more. So to find out more about it, check out StudyIQ.com. And dear friends, moving on to other items of news that we find in PIB. The first one is Finance Ministry has came out with this news that now we are going to be head of this Asia Pacific region of World Customs Organization. It's a big responsibility on us, right? India is very proud about it. India is very thankful as well to WCO to to keep this faith on us that we can do this thing, and this is going to be a learning curve for our country. We have also assured this WCO that India will firmly represent the region in this WCO. Delegates from various different countries were present. Asia Pacific, 33 Asia Pacific region countries were here in this event, and many heads of customs from Japan, Korea, Singapore, China were also present here. Fiji, of course, and this WCO represents 182 customs administrations across the world that collectively process approximately 98% of the trade. The membership is divided into 6 different regions, and for 2 years a particular country is appointed or elected as a vice chair seat of Asia Pacific region or for any other region. Sushma Swaraj, our Minister of External Affairs, she was in a country called Bahrain. Bahrain is a very tiny island nation. You find it here. You find this is Arabian Sea, and from Arabian Sea this is Persian Gulf region here. And from here you have to enter, if you want to enter or exit this Persian Gulf, then you have to pass this small channel, right? A small strait. The name of this strait is Strait of Hormuz. A very important strait because it is a very important route for this oil supply, right? All these countries are oil producing countries, and if you want to export it somewhere, then you have to pass through this Strait of Hormuz. And because Iran is having an upper hand on this Strait of Hormuz, many times we have seen that Iran has said that if you create problems for the country of Iran, then Iran will make sure that this channel is blocked, and if this is blocked, then this will send shock waves to the whole world because oil supply will be disrupted. Moving on to Bahrain. Bahrain, here you can see Persian Gulf, Gulf of Persia. This is a King Fahd causeway that is connecting Saudi Arabia with Bahrain, and the capital is Manama. As I told you, it's a very small island nation. Now, dear friends, Sushma Swaraj had discussion with her counterpart, and she also met Prime Minister and the King as well. Together we have decided that we are going to enhance our relationship in science and technology, renewable energy. Other areas are defense, renewable energy, IT, health and education, trade and investment mostly coming from Bahrain to our country. We have also talked about our historic relationship, our cultural closeness, and we have decided to sustain and nourish this relationship. Bahrain has celebrated, and Bahrain very fondly cherishes this contribution of Indian people living in Bahrain. Approx 3.5 to 4 lakh people are living in Bahrain, which constitutes nearly 25% of Bahrain's population. We have played a significant role in development of Bahrain because labor and other things labor work is done by our people, and remittance as well plays a very important role for our country. We have also gifted them box of books called Bharat Ek Parichay, which will be kept in National Library that is in Manama. And last item that we have is pertaining to Brahmos missile. It is an indigenously developed surface-to-surface supersonic cruise missile, which is called Brahmos. And Brahmos, the name comes from 2 important rivers. One is from India and this other one is from Russia. We have developed this missile with the help of Russia, and earlier on it's you can say this capacity was 290 kilometer, but after India became member of this MTCR, Missile Technology Controlled Regime, we have extended its range up to 400 kilometers, which we are going to extend in future somewhere up to 600 kilometer. This is India's first missile whose life has been extended from 10 years to 15 years. So this is a very important news item. And with this, dear friends, these are your answers. These are your 2 new questions. Make sure you make the most out of this 50% discount. Don't forget to share this lecture with other people. Don't forget to hit the like button. Pass your answers in the comment section. I'll see you all soon. Till then, enjoy your studies. Jai Hind.